More snow in New York City? Yep, another winter storm is on the way, and it'll impact the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast states on Friday. Let's break it down. Hi guys, I'm John with the New York Metro Weather. Today is Wednesday, January 17th, and you're looking at a model simulation for another winter storm that's expected to impact not only the Mid-Atlantic states, but the Northeast, including New York City on Friday. Fresh off of breaking the streak of 701 consecutive days without an inch of snow, we're already looking at our second system impacting the New York City metro area just a couple days after the first one. So here's the model simulation. Here's the final solution and what we're looking at as a possibility. But how do we get there, right? Let's look at the situation and the setup. You guys know I'm always showing you these maps. This is called vorticity. And all this is just spin in the atmosphere, but it helps us to understand where the individual disturbances are that are causing our storm systems. So a couple things to look at here, but really two main pieces that we're watching. This is the first one right here, this area of vorticity. It's kind of elongated from left to right here. And then this brighter one back here across the Dakotas, this is the second one. Basically what's happening is this guy's racing down and trying to merge with, or what we call phase with, this vorticity here. And when that happens, it kind of scoops this up and brings it up the East Coast, potentially producing a low pressure and causing precipitation to form. So watch this play out here as we go into Thursday afternoon. Here comes that phase, and you can see that it's a little flat, right? There's not a huge storm or a monster nor'easter, but it does phase. That disturbance does come in, and it kind of scoops up that initial vorticity, and that leads to a storm system that develops along the East Coast. Every model is handling this differently. Some models are phasing it faster, which results in a stronger storm and more impacts, and some are phasing it slower, which keeps the storm kind of out to sea and more flat, ejecting off to the east, and there's not as much impacts. But if we look at some of the latest data, it looks like this phase will partially occur, and that will set the stage for some winter weather. So let's look at the timing and break down what we know so far. Again, this is just one model solution, but it's what we're looking at. Here comes the storm developing. You see the precipitation forming. This is around 5 a.m. on Friday. Snow throughout the Mid-Atlantic, in the interior, in Ohio, Pennsylvania, as well as eastward along the coast. So this is parts of D.C., Philadelphia, New Jersey, and New York. And that fills in as we go through Friday morning. So as we're valid here at 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday, the NAM model says that there will be a band of light to moderate snow across this entire region. So it's important to note that while this snow is falling, it has been really cold and it will stay cold. So this is going to stick on all surfaces pretty quickly, especially untreated surfaces on Friday morning. So there could be some impacts to the morning commute. And then this system kind of just hangs out for a couple hours on Friday. This is valid at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, still snowing. It's over in parts of the Mid-Atlantic, but still snowing in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, and even light snow in parts of New England. And then the system just begins to depart. Remember, we talked about it's a weak wave. It's not a big, strong nor'easter. So you see the storm kind of just fade away and begin to pull away Friday night around 6 o'clock. So we could have impacts to the morning and evening commute from this storm as the system evolves. We're not looking at terribly heavy snow, but we are looking at the potential for at least a couple inches of light, fluffy snow as this storm evolves on Friday. Snowfall totals are a little hard a couple days out, but here's what the NAM model shows just to give you guys some context as to where we are right now. A general 1 to 3 inches throughout the Northeast states, from D.C. to Philly, New York, back to State College, areas like Allentown up to Binghamton, all the way back to Pittsburgh. But there's a couple areas in here where you see the pockets potential for a little more than that 1 to 3, right? Some 4-inch readings showing up here on the NAM. And that'll just indicate the possibility that some areas could pick up a little more in some locally heavier bands of snow. Those are so difficult to forecast, even hours in advance. So there's no point in trying to figure out where those are going to be right now. The models are still going to adjust as we get closer. But broadly, if you're in this region right here, 1 to 3 inches of snow likely on Friday. Again, there could be impacts to both the morning and the evening commutes. It's light snow. It's going to be blowing all over the place, but it will make for a wintry scene, and it could impact the travel, especially on the roadways when that blowing snow. You guys know how drivers are around here. A single snowflake falls and everyone forgets how to drive. So leave yourself some extra time. Light snowfall coming on Friday, at least 1 to 3 inches throughout the region, and we'll try to pin down where those heavier bands might be in the next couple of days. Stick with us here. We'll explain it all and track it all with you as we go through the week. Thanks for watching, guys.